surveillance evaluation. So this is our piece of monitoring, leveraging our scorecard and saying, okay, well, these are the suppliers that we need to get out to. So you're going to want to audit those high risk suppliers. You want to get in there and see their process firsthand, see what challenges they may be having, and work with them and make sure that they have the proper controls in place. You're going to want on-site audit your performance challenging suppliers. So suppliers that are hitting your scorecard over and over again, you should have a mechanism that leverages your scorecard to guide your audit process. So create a schedule, whether it's, hey, I want to go out every 2 years and audit this supplier, 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is, stick to it. The first question an external auditor is going to come in and ask is, hey, let me see your audit schedule. Okay, let me see the audit for XYZ supplier. And when you missed your date or you didn't stick to your schedule, it's an easy finding for them. So create a schedule, use a risk, stick to it, and then leverage your performance monitoring results. So again, when you go back to the regulations don't say that you need to audit. So if you're going to create an audit schedule, stick to it, because it's not a requirement. But if you say you're going to do it, you're turning it into a requirement. So make sure if you're doing it, you stick to it and leverage your performance monitoring to tell you where you need to go and how often you need to go there.
How many different sets of eyes do you have looking at that data that you're obtaining from your suppliers?
From performance monitoring standpoint?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so from performance monitoring standpoint, we review that with all of our sites, with all of our sourcing counterparts. It's really a cross-functional team that's looking at that. We want to make sure that everyone is aware of how that supplier is performing. Advanced sourcing, when you're talking about new product development should know how your sustaining suppliers are doing, your regular commercialization suppliers. Because if they're not performing, 10 years after new product development, do they want to start a new project with that supplier? So you want to make sure that you're getting that input to the new product development team also. So to have that cross-functional team looking at the data, understanding data, even if you're just escalating up the key points to those more outside cross-functional teams, I think it's important.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So then you go on to the how. So there's a couple different ways you can, on-site QMS audit, on-site process audits. You can leverage a third-party auditor. You can leverage third-party auditors like Metacred, where they'll do a deep dive into your process, into a specific process of that supplier. So there's many different ways to do it. And then there's also, desk audits or remote audits, which, we've obviously been turning to a lot in the recent history. And then, don't forget, ensure the supplier has the ability to meet your specified requirements. So when you're on site, when you're auditing your supplier, if you have a specification that goes down to, 10,000s and they don't have a measurement equipment that goes down to 10,000s, how are they going to meet your requirements? So things like that when you're on site to dig in deep, make sure they can meet your requirements, make sure they have the personnel, the tooling, the equipment to be able to meet those requirements. I think that's a big miss. A lot of people, and they struggle 2-3 years post NPD when they start struggling with tool wear and things like that, and parts start to shift. Clearly document results. As we said before, if you didn't document it, it didn't happen. And partner with your supplier. They are an extension of your clean room. Work with them. Understand that, yes, you're there to audit, you're there to assess their quality management system, but after that finding is written, work with them. Understand, hey, these are some ideas that you could do. These are some what I've seen in the past. This is how we can improve this process. And then again, stick to your schedule. If you're going to write a schedule, stick to it. It's simple. Write that schedule, risk-based, and then stick to that schedule moving forward.
And they want to be successful, obviously, as well. So if you're sharing best practices and outcomes that you've been able to implement with other suppliers successfully, obviously that's a win-win, and it's a relationship that then is going to have the ability to last.
Absolutely. 99% of suppliers want to partner with you, want to listen to what you've seen. if you think about it, your audit team is going out and seeing, say in my case, 200 suppliers a year. That's 200 different ways that they've implemented the quality management system at the supply base. So the knowledge there is incredible. Every supplier should be wanting to leverage that and work with you to get better.